Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Forever Gaming. It's great to have you here. This is Wild, and today I'm joined by Kite.
Hey,
We are thrilled to have some very special guests. We've got some of the team from the game BattleBit with us to answer some questions. We've got the two community managers, Deathwing
Hello.
and Thorny.
What's up, guys?
And hopefully, Mr. Okidoki will join us. He's the lead dev and the creator, and he may stop in later if he hadn't already fallen asleep from working so hard. Anyway, let's get on with it. So, we heard about this game a few months ago and jumped in the Discord channel that the guys had started, and that was a little while after they got greenlighted on Steam, and I think it was a Friday night or something, and just over like the next 3 days, we were just watching their Discord channel explode. They must have gotten, I don't know, 3,000 members in 3 days or something, and watching what we could tell was a pretty small team of guys manage that, and then checking out the alpha and playing it really impressed us. So for those of you that don't know, BattleBit's an online multiplayer shooter. It looks, kind of like Minecraft. When we got in there and were playing it, besides the fact that the look is just really cool, we had a ton of fun because it's very tactical. It has a lot of
yeah,
hardcore elements.
I'd say that the simplistic look of it is a little deceiving because it's the gunplay is pretty fast and you die pretty quickly. People were flanking us and chewing us up and spitting us out, and so we quickly realized that this isn't just a silly game. It's pretty serious.
Yeah, and I'd second that by saying, Kite and I and Zen, we've all had experiences working on really hard problems with small dedicated teams, and so we really appreciate a group of guys pushing themselves, just to the limit and beyond, really. And usually what comes out of a team like that is pretty amazing, and I've got to say, so far, BattleBit is not an exception to that rule.
Yeah. So, also, I'd like to just express a gratitude for the BattleBit community. You guys are great. Thank you for joining us today. And also wanted to reiterate that we are not being paid. We haven't been given any keys ourselves. We just enjoyed the game and saw that it was coming out soon, and we reached out, and thankfully we've been able to pull this together. So, um, let's let these community managers talk.
Yeah,
People are probably tired of hearing us.
that sounds good. So, guys, you want to do a short intro of your involvement with the team and sort of what you do there?
Thorny is the oldest, so I presume he should go first. I joined afterwards. Thorny.
All right. Well, everyone knows me by Thorny, probably because I'm the community manager of BattleBit, of course. But yeah, I joined BattleBit back in late February, early Marchish, I think, something like that. Basically, that was like when BattleBit was like pre-alpha, somewhere around there. The game had already been developed for like so long already, like a couple months, almost a year itself. Even knowing that doesn't mean anything now because the game was scrapped and remastered already again. So, but yeah, I joined back in February, March. That's when the game wasn't, too big, but I had a pretty big community. Stayed for a couple months, started earning my way up in the ranks, and that's how I'm now like, a community manager here. And yeah, we just got, we got greenlit a few months ago, and now we're about to release on Steam. So really excited for that. If you want to go, Deathly.
Yeah, sure. I joined while the alpha was ongoing, so late April. I've been I started as a moderator, to be honest. I started as a moderator, but then, as Tony said, I climbed up the ranks too. We actually have a huge community right now, a lot bigger than what we had back in March and April, and it's awesome. It's amazing. I guess no one in the team expected something like this. It's pretty amazing. I mean, I can't express myself on this matter enough. I don't know what to say, literally.
Yeah, what I think is really remarkable is so the premise of the game, which is okay, so how many players? Like, can you get in? The maps are huge, first of all. It's like a Battlefield or Heroes and Generals. Maybe it's even larger.
I don't know.
If you want me to go, I can go. So basically, max player count or minimum player count, if I'm correct, is around like 60 to 64. And then maximum player count on maps would be around, I think, like 128, kind of like a Battlefield style. You know how you have like large scale gameplay. But it really depends on, what type of server it is, because, not all servers are going to be the same. Some may have less player slots, some may have more. It all really depends on, like, the time it was created, and then, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, you could expect really large scale gameplay in here with a lot of other players than you and your friends. So
yeah, I hope it's not a disservice to liken the game to one of the most popular games on Steam right now, which is Unturned. And I mean, people are loving that game, and this game looks like it has even more fidelity as far as just the map, the prefabs, and the buildings, the vehicles. This looks like it could definitely be drawing from that crowd who loves Unturned, which isn't a bad thing.
yeah. Sorry, if you want to go, you can go.
No, go ahead, Thorny.
All right. Well, so yeah, this game was basically, since the developers, they had originally, started on Unturned, developing on their like mods and different types of models and stuff. So this game is definitely inspired by it. As you can see, it's also made on the same engine, which is Unity. And a lot of the models, there's a lot of Easter eggs you can find on maps as well that like lead back to Unturned and Nelson and all that. So there's a lot of stuff in here that you could find that's definitely inspired from Unturned, and it's definitely going to be drawing a crowd from that as well.
Cool.
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's awesome. Back in May when we played, there were a couple of modes I think that we experienced. There's sort of a defense mode and an offensive mode. Have you guys added more to the modalities of the gameplay?
I can't really say like in terms of what new types of game modes we'll have, because Oki's always taking stuff out, always putting stuff in. But I'd say like the game modes that you guys have seen in the alpha beta or whatever you guys want to call it, that we played in the recent months, you're gonna still see those type of game modes, I'm pretty sure. But in terms of new game modes, I don't really know what's gonna be there. Deathwing may know, so if you guys want to ask him, would you happen to know anything about that, Deathwing?
I mean, the old game mods are here. They're here, almost ready. But let's say you will see a little bit increased realism, like in general gameplay. It's not fast as it was before. I can say that.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, because it in some parts of it did feel a little arcadey, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But so you guys have fine-tuned some of that, is what you're telling us. And I love games like that. I love games that make you a little bit afraid to run across a big, wide open space. Because it's more exciting when you have to. So I think I read something on your Steam page about teams. And I was wondering, does that mean that there are going to be squads within one side?
Yes.
Oh, cool. And
So how many players can be in a squad?
8. Every squad will
Oh, wow.
have 8 members
Awesome.
in total.
that is cool. That's actually really cool. That's more than a lot of squads in a lot of games. It's a great idea too. It's more realistic.
And is there there are roles or classes, right? Can you describe those?
Yeah, there's medic, assault. Assault is like the most classic, quote unquote, rifleman. There's medic, there's sport with LMGs and so on. There's recon that will unlock. You can unlock those with points that you get while playing on that specific round. But yeah, you have to be a member of the squad to get those. So we can say kind of no lone wolves allowed. We can say something like that for the new version.
No, what? Longbows? Are you talking about
No, lone
a-
wolves.
Lone
a
wolves.
lone wolves? I was like,
Yeah,
oh
lone
man,
wolves.
there's gonna be like helicopter gunships. Okay.
No lone wolves are allowed. So
Okay.
we really want to focus on team play. And Oki decided to do something like this, and we support him.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think that's the way to go with this game. So, I know that just from being on the Discord channel and watching, some of the videos you guys have posted there and Oki's YouTube channel and a few of the other members' channels, that a lot of the weapons are being reworked and a lot of the animations are being tweaked. Can you tell us a little bit about weapons and attachments and sort of how that's going to work?
Weapons are completely revamped, including the attachments. On the old BattleBit, you could just get few kills and then keep all of your attachments. Just use a box to use every attachment you want for every slot. But now it's a bit more like Insurgency system. So you will have a certain amount of points that you will earn in that specific round again. And you have to use that points to mount attachments to your weapons. And there will be a limited amount of points. So limited amount of attachments that you can attach in one game.
Oh, okay. And does that all adds up on one side, and does it also add up in a squad?
No, it doesn't actually.
Okay, got it. But it's limited somehow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
it's for now, for the current system, it's somewhat individually limited. So the current system goes like, if you get a kill, you get a certain amount of points. If you finish an objective, you get a certain amount of points. And with that, you can either unlock new classes through the squad deploy menu, or unlock new attachments through the attachments menu. Or should I say loadout menu? Yeah.
That's very cool. And that sounds a lot more sophisticated than before. That's good to hear. That's one of the things, I don't know, I like about, more tactical shooters, is when they've got a great sort of system for balancing weapons and changing attachments up depending on the map and the engagement. I mean, to me, that's one of the better things about games like Arma and Battlefield and a few of the others.
Yeah, giving people the option to sort of change their loadout so they can go close quarters. Because that's another great thing about your maps, is that you have these long view distances for sniping, which I know a lot of people have been chatting about that in the comments in the live chat, how they love the open maps and the target-rich environment of of so many players. But you also have lots of cover, and you have these urban areas that you can mix it up in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can sort of choose your loadout and assault through the buildings, which I think we caught some of that in our streams from the pre-alpha. And it was just a lot of fun to be able to move through the buildings and have different ways, different avenues to get to, a capture area than just going down the street, because that was really bad. And also the smoke effects. The smoke effects are great. You or Mr. Okidoki chose to not use just large cubes scaling out of the grenade. He chose to use actual like high fidelity smoke, which I think was a great choice, because it would just totally look crazy with a bunch of large cubes jumping all over the place. But it would effectively block your vision, sure.
Yeah. Well, I know a question that Kite's dying to ask, and it has to do with accessories that aren't firearms. You know what I'm talking about, Kite?
Oh yeah. Are we gonna have shovels so we can dig a little hole or bash some heads? Are there melee weapons?
Can't really say anything about those. I mean, if I say no, it would be bad. If I say yes, it would ruin the surprise, I guess.
Okay, so under consideration. It's a feature request.
Maybe it's a possibility.
Yeah, soon trademarked.
Okay. Could I have a tactical spoon?
I mean, if you want.
That has a tiny little rail on it.
We'll think about some DLC for that.
Okay. All right. Awesome. I need a scope on my spoon. All right. So I saw in some of the footage, and by the way, the whoever's doing your trailers, they did a great job.
It's Velasquez.
Yeah, that's all Velasquez.
Oh, well, they're great. One of the cool things that I love seeing was the dragging. Being able to drag wounded guys.
Drag them out of the firefight in the cover so you can heal them up.
Yes.
Yep, that's a feature in the works as well. Will it be implemented to the actual game? I'm pretty sure that will. I'm going to be honest with you. I myself haven't actually had to like test that out at all. I don't know if Deathwing has. But if Deathwing has tested that out, maybe he can tell you more about it. But like I said, I've only seen the feature from like the trailers and stuff like that, because I haven't actually had my chance to actually like get in the game. Like I've always been in private chats with Oki, and he's been showing me stuff, like through a share screen and stuff like that. He's been showing me what he's working on, but I myself have not actually had to like experience it for myself by playing. So
regarding that carrying and dragging, I can tell you that the current version of like closed technical beta, it's not available. You cannot drag or carry yet. But what you saw on that trailer is mostly available, such as vaulting. That's available. That's new and ready, and it works. And
you shouldn't fly like 1,000 feet in the air this time.
Yeah, and some of the other features are coming soon, like throughout the time.
Cool. Just the vaulting alone, honestly, that is huge for me. I mean, they're playing games. I was
completely not expecting it. I was not expecting to see that. I was like, what in the world? That's awesome.
It is awesome. And it can mean all the difference between whether you choose to advance your assault or not.
Or get to a wounded buddy.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we've been playing a lot of, player unknown battlegrounds lately, and I'll be honest with you, whenever I see that I need to cross an obstacle like a fence or something to get somewhere, I'm just deathly afraid to even try. Because
afraid of getting shot up out of randomly just because you can't jump a 2-inch fence.
Yeah, because I'm stuck on a fence trying to jump over it, and it's so annoying. And so when you're trying to play with a group of players, and timing is important, I think vaulting is just one of those, game mechanics that's so critical.
Yeah, with vaulting, you should be able to get over any obstacle that comes in your way. as long as it's physically possible to actually get on top of.
Cool.
So like if it's like a regular fence, a wall, a window, anything like that, you can get through. But of course you can't free run and scale up giant buildings just with one jump. So you're actually gonna have to work your way up.
Okay, got it.
But yeah, gotta remember that this is not Assassin's Creed afterwards. So
Yeah, no wall running.
Not gonna be like the alpha, like I said. You're not gonna vault over something and then jumping over the entire map. So
Maybe like with a rocket or a grenade, you know?
Ooh,
rocket
Launch
jump
you
or
up.
something like
rocket
that.
jump. Yes, my favorite Quake move. Go ahead, James.
Oh, I was just wondering, I'm getting some messages from Velasquez, if that's how you say his name. Is he available to join us?
let me ask.
People are chanting. Well, I'll say Archer Games is asking to get Velasquez on the stream, but I'm not sure if he wants to come on the stream. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I sent him a message. I'll let you know.
Okay, great. All right, moving on. So there are squads. Will there be a way to have custom squads or clans with custom insignia or squad patches or anything like that?
Ooh, that's something that has actually been talked about since like the very beginning. This has been talked about for months. It was a thing that we had planned. It was called Cruise or something like that. Basically like squads, custom insignias. I don't know myself if it's going to be in the final version. It may be a possibility, but it's definitely being considered. Because we've always wanted to implement it on our old website. We even had like a little cruise page listed there, so you can create your cruise. You go there, and if you guys have ever played like Call of Duty or anything like that, if you guys have ever heard of like Call of Duty Elite, you went on there. It's like a little dashboard, and it has everything about your clan on there. That's something we were thinking about. It may be a possibility in here. Like I said, me and Deathwing, we're kind of like, our information is all scattered all over the place. So, he may know more stuff than me. I may know some more stuff than him. So, it has to go between like both of us, like on, who knows what. But from what I've seen and what I've heard from Oki himself is, he's gonna try and put in Cruise 100%, like some type of squad for like custom insignias and basically just manage all your stats and all that for your group. So,
okay. I know that's not a promise, but it's exciting to hear that it's under consideration.
Yeah.
It's something we would like, but it's not that easy to make it all in.
Oh,
yeah. We don't know if it's going to be completely possible for this just in this amount of time. But if we do get it sometime, we may release it in the future as a giant update or something like that.
So along the same lines of customization, I also was extremely curious about opening up the game to the community through Steam Workshop. And I mean, I think you can't really talk about putting a game on Steam without considering, that possibility. But still, it's not necessarily easy. But has there been any discussion about Steam Workshop and BattleBit with new maps, new prefabs?
I would say that
Soon?
soon. just leave it at that.
Okay.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah, that would be really exciting. Especially if, okay, again, this is leading into another question. Hey, welcome, Velasquez.
Oh, hey guys.
This is Kai.
I'm glad to join you. Well, my English not perfect, but I'm anchor.
He has a thick accent, so
Yeah.
We're very honored to have you here.
Yeah, welcome.
So welcome.
Thanks. Well, about Steam Workshop. Well, really, Steam Workshop will be give to game a new future, but just imagine when Steam Workshop will be still game style, game balance. We will be look for map making, Steam Workshop maybe, but we're not sure because official content is beautiful content. No bugs.
That's right.
Yeah. But it for 1 year maybe. But maybe in future we will be added workshop. But I'm not sure.
Okay. So that leads to my next question, which would be, again, I'm getting greedy here. What about a level editor or some
Well,
sort
editor.
of scatter, an editor that maybe scatters prefabs or
Well-
scatters the weather or changes the weather?
Well, at moment our level make it in Unity, in Engine, and about map editor you need to ask Oti Goti because
Okay.
he cogger. I'm can't make for you
The
editor.
current basically what he's saying is the current maps, they're not made through the game, they're made through like an external editor such as the Unity engine. Like it's on the same engine as the game, but he would have to, you know, export and import the game or the map into the game. So currently we don't have any we don't have it under consideration for a map editor in a game because, you know, that's a big implementation, you know.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a big implementation. I've been on game
That's a-
teams before, and that's always, a huge decision. They either make it when they start and start on it from the start, and it takes almost as long as the game to
In
make.
a past life, I'll share this. That's how Wild and I met. We were on a development team doing level editors for Quake.
Yeah.
So yeah, we know it's a process, and it's not easily implemented because of the Unity engine.
hmm So basically, if we do have workshop, you know, if it does come out, the only way people are going to actually be able to get maps into the game is by making them through Unity itself, like how Velocities is doing it. But not every map's going to get accepted. Maybe some will, maybe some won't, maybe some never will. You know, you never know. So it's all a process.
Yeah, maybe in workshop we will be making like created map. Because when I'm see in another game workshop yet, you will be get one good map per 100 not very much good map. We want and really will be more better if we will be look for people which talent
Yeah.
and give him chance to make good map.
Right.
But at moment, we really not need for any workshop because we will be make a lot of official good content.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack and in indie game if game Alex Steam Workshop, game Jack going to another lifetime of game, continuing lifetime of game. Like if game get low popularity, he just open house, he just make Steam Workshop, and people start people continue work on game community. And in the time, developers can just work on another game.
Right. Right. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. I mean, you guys have, like you were saying, a great community so far, and you can always leverage them going forward. But what's more important is making a great game first.
Because really, when you're making map, for example, it's really hard to make big map, make map detailed, and make it optimized, more optimized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm have really so much problem with optimization. But in old time, in old BattleBit, we have limit, like game size. And we can't use more technology like bake white, bake occlusion, and another for optimization. But now in Steam, we have unlimited game size, and we can optimize the game fully because no limits.
Basically, unlimited possibilities.
Right.
Yeah, and and just in old time, when you make update for game, you need redownload game from zero. But on Steam, you just download what you need part. It will be not need to download fully game. It's
Cool.
more easier. For
Well,
you.
we've collected a couple of questions are rolling in from the chat here. Sinzukin isn't able to join us on audio, but he's been monitoring the the chat. So
Yeah, good work.
yeah, they're asking, is there any information you can share on how the medic system will work?
Well, at the moment, in last week, we start rewarding medic, like edit medic from zero. And now Oti Doti working on bandage and working on medkit. It working right now, but we still don't know about how player will be how will be help the player like up sorry revive player.
Okay.
Well, it's hard to explain, but it,
Basically, the medic hasn't even been worked on yet. It's like
Yeah.
barely even in the starting process. We currently haven't even gone through like how the medic's going to be able to help people, like what other types of equipment the medic's going to have to be able to, give people maybe adrenaline shots, bandages, other stuff like that. It's all still a work in progress. So, there's very little that we can actually answer on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was another question here. Will there be helmets for terrorists?
Yeah, right now we have right now I'm with my friend Horch working on terrorist helmet. It will be look like helmet, but really very old helmet
Okay.
for terrorist. And
Yeah.
and each helmet will be available only for assault and copper class.
Okay.
Yeah,
So which classes were those again?
classes assault, medic, engineer, recon, and cupboard. Only a fake leg again, like an old BattleBit.
Last two, recon and support.
Cool. Kite, you have another question?
With regard to the helmets.
Guys, I want to ask someone in commentary, people user with nickname Wario, ask me, will helmet still protect the face? And yeah, game have committed like Juggernaut helmets for copper class, and this helmet can fully protect your face, fully head protect. But another helmet protect the only top part of helmet. I'm done.
Do you want to rephrase that for us, Thorny?
So, basically what he said is he got a question, if I'm correct, from Vario. He was asking, will helmets still protect the face? And basically what Velasquez was saying was, yes, helmets are still going to protect the face. There's going to be different variety of helmets. You're going to have a Juggernaut helmet. Those regular helmets that you have, goggles on them, stuff like that. But yeah, there's still more being added to those. Basically what he's saying.
Very cool.
It will be available only for copper class. Only for copper.
Yeah, Juggernaut will only be available for support class, and other classes will have helmets. Yeah, sure, but it won't be as strong as Juggernauts.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are going to kind of balance it out using the class system with the gear.
Well, just so much people ask you why we make fight class, yes, why medic not assault. Just we need in soldiers who will be rush or help the people, but will be every time in battle, and we make assault.
Yeah, well, honestly, I love medic classes. I think playing games that have tactical aspects to them, whether or not the large group of people that plays them actually uses the tactics is another thing. I know you see that a lot in Rising Storm 2 Vietnam, if you've played much of it. Like sometimes you're on a server and people are being very tactical with what the game offers. Sometimes you're on a server and people are just running around acting like idiots. And,
Yeah.
like if you play against a team who is using the game mechanics tactically, they will dominate you every time.
Well, what we do for whole players, yeah, who play with gold squad, who play with gold tactic. Well, if in game have we make point in game point. When you make kill, capture flag, or another, you will be get points. All points you okay. Wait.
I told them to type it out as well, so we can understand as well.
I'm just back from my work.
No
It takes so
problem.
much time. Yeah.
Velasquez, don't worry about it. We are riveted listening to you. We're like, what's he saying? And I think I heard stuff. So you keep going.
Yeah.
I do have another question. There's interest in how the weapons will be obtained. Are they obtained through ranks? Are they obtained through money that you earn in game? Can you answer that?
Well,
If whoever wants to answer, do you want to answer,
Soon.
Velasquez?
Regarding that, soon. Nothing yet. There are weapons, but we actually haven't said or found a system that's good enough for rewarding weapons.
Okay.
Basically, a ranking system isn't the route that we want to go, because we don't want other people getting a higher rank than somebody, having advantages like
Yeah.
getting like rocket launchers and if you played the beta, what problems we had with other people being higher ranks than others. It was all out war. It was horrible. So we're most likely just going to try and keep it with like a point system, but there's that's still in the works as well. We're trying to figure out like the best system for it, but when we do, you guys will figure out when the game is fully released.
So let me get this straight. In the pre-alpha or beta or whatever we want to call it, the way it was set up, people had advantages through unlocks or experience.
Yeah.
Because I was okay. That explains a lot. Because I was like, I am getting so wrecked every time I walk 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now when we get a point system and everything else figured out, the game should be completely balanced, and it should only be based on how many points you actually get within that same exact round or game.
and also, which point system? Yeah, you will be more like survive, because when you die, you will be lose point.
Right. So you
And
can.
you need to play more tactical. You need to think about any step, anyway, because you don't want to die. If you die, you lose a point.
Excellent.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that you don't waste your life.
Yeah.
You got to think about the situation that you're in at all times.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, in game will be more camper. I know, because no any people won't die. It will be more camper, but camp will be hard. It will be hard to camp.
I gotcha. Yeah, right. Well, so I think we've answered a few of the questions that have been asked. Somebody asked about the effect of, pay to win. Will you be able to spend money to achieve, better weapons?
No.
No.
No, really no.
No.
Literally,
Awesome.
no.
Yeah.
We hate that so much.
That's good to hear for a lot of people, I'm sure.
Yeah, for example, game will behave VIP, right? VIP. But if you buy VIP, you don't get any weapon. You get only a unique cloak uniform, no more. No guns, and no gadget, just cloak.
You only get cosmetic items.
Yeah, but it will be cosmetic items, more military thematic, not funny. Like more game, just imagine when I make for VIP committing cloaks uniform with pink color. it will be destroy game atmosphere because you just see soldier with pink color. It will be destroy game atmosphere, ambient.
So, so what he's saying is, if you didn't get any of that, is basically clothes and armor and stuff is going to be based on what the map is. So if you're in a jungle, you're going to have, you know, different camouflage on. You're going to have camouflage that meets that environment. And if you're in the desert, you're going to have, you know, the same type of, like a different type of camouflage that meets that environment. So if you're in the desert, you're going to have desert camouflage. If you're in the forest, you're going to have forest camouflage.
Cool.
And it'll all change automatically, so you won't have to do that yourself.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So this is a question I kind of had too. Will there be any setting for sort of the amount of head bob that's in the camera animations when you're running?
Oh, well, I'm really don't know because for me and for more people, I'm just adept to camera moving effect. I'm just adept to it, but I'm don't remember. I'm good with physics in the new BattleBit. But I don't know because I'm really adept
Right.
to it.
Yeah, I don't mind the idea of there being that type of animation on the first person camera. I like that. But for some people I know that I've heard personally, it was making them a little queasy or sick. It was kind of messing with. So I mean, maybe if there was a slider where you could adjust it down or up, but you couldn't remove it, you know, that might be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the head bob has been improved. It's not as bad as it was before, but we'll definitely try and get a little slider in for you guys.
Awesome.
So the in the trailer, which the trailers look great, by the way, there's some awesome lighting, either from the weapons firing, the sun. I see a lot of great screenshots that show the sunsets and everything. Are those? Is the game going to reflect that? And are there going to be any plans for adding that in if that's not in already?
Well, at the moment, our trailer I made inside Unity engine. It take for me today for rendering and controller, but at the moment game not have post effect like in trailer, but we have plan because for use it
awesome.
we need buy license to use it. It's very expensive for now.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, well, everybody wants it to run fast for sure.
The trailer
it's
is
beautiful.
also available, such as, I mean, yeah, of course, the huge lens flare might not be available yet, but for example, the tracers on the weapons, like you can see the bullet flying.
Tracers, yeah, tracers.
Those are available. You can have them in game. Those are real.
Oh, sweet.
That is cool. I was really hoping those would be in the game because I love laying fire down an alley while troops advance, but it's really nice to see every fifth round or so where I'm hitting. Because with a 249 or something, it's all over the place.
Yeah, it's really nice to have tracers because for long range, actually, if you don't have a sniper that states the range or the zeroing your weapon currently has, you could adjust it by watching your tracer. So
right.
Is there damage fall off with distance, and is there bullet drop?
Regarding damage, it's not available yet.
No.
So it's not there yet.
Okay.
But the bullet drop is available, but currently work in progress.
Damage is constant all the way through currently.
Okay. And is there material penetration, like through doors, through walls?
Not at the moment.
Okay. And I think someone asked earlier, like, they're asking if the explosions are going to be turned down, like the camera won't shake and blur so hard and long. But I'm like, get out of here! I like that stuff.
Yeah.
With the
I
current
like that.
version of the current beta, there's actually a option setting regarding those. So you can, if you want, you can tune down the amount of the shake it gives, I could say, or the amount of blur you see. You can tune them down, but they
But you
will
want to
there.
be able to completely disable them because you don't want to give people advantages over others by just
Yeah, they'll turn
turning
that
it down.
off.
Yeah, it's a little unrealistic when you're trying to have hardcore elements in your game to say
I love stuff like that.
explosions don't affect me. I'm Rambo.
Yeah, I love suppression effects in games.
Yeah, me too.
We
It
constantly,
adds-
when we're talking, we're like, and did you know that your vision blurs? Like, it's like, it was almost like the hottest trend in games a few years ago. There's suppression effects. And now I don't want games without it. I love it.
Yep.
So there was a question about sniper bullets penetrating helmets.
I mean,
In other
it
words, the
would be realistic,
ballistics.
but
Yeah.
I really can't say anything about it because some of the classes are not completely implemented yet, including their weapons.
Yeah, right. It's really a damage model at the end of the day per ammunition type. And, does it penetrate a
I
helmet?
mean, it can vary
Well,
from the weapons
yeah.
regarding like a small caliber sniper than a large caliber, high caliber sniper.
Mhm.
Armor piercing bullets or just high explosive bullets and vice versa. Those will have a difference, of course, but yeah, those are plans for the future.
Okay.
Basically, everything regarding class setups and loadouts, it's going to be quite hard for us to actually answer those because those are still a work in progress.
All right. That's completely understandable. People were asking about the idea of cosmetic items and whether or not you can unlock those via the normal leveling system or rank.
No, those would basically be based on what loadout you have, and that would basically show like what type of clothing you have on. Like we said, if you have like a support class on, you're gonna have cosmetics such as a juggernaut helmet and a full juggernaut bomb suit. So it all really depends. VIP members, on the other hand, they'll all have their custom clothing. They'll have custom clothing. It's all gonna be serious clothing. So there's gonna be nothing like how you see in Call of Duty where they're adding gingerbread men in there. No, everything's gonna be 100% serious. But
Clown Squad.
users will be able to customize their clothing in some ways, like you were able to see in the early beta that we played a few months back. But there won't be a complete customization by changing like color of your suit or adding your own custom designs. It's all going to be serious customization.
Yeah, long story short, we don't want people who have pink uniforms running through the battle fight or firefight and battle field.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the best way to answer that question with a simple thank you.
Okay. So we covered, talking about modified sort of like uniforms and skins and stuff like that. But people were asking if, and I think you said that you couldn't talk about it right now, but the whole progression and unlocking of uniforms and stuff, that's not really been implemented yet, right?
No.
Okay. All right. And so will there be vehicles? And we already know that because we've seen them in the trailer and we know there are Humvees.
I can say yes to that. There will be vehicles.
But what vehicles are those? You'll have to wait and find out. Other than the ones you've seen in the trailer, of course.
Okay. Very cool. Some other people had asked about ballistic system, bullet penetration, things like that. I think we know the answer to that.
Yep.
But do
All
bullets bounce
constant
off walls?
No.
Okay. can't die from a ricochet. Awesome. It'd still be cool though, but you feel like you're cheated. So there's a story mode, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
development?
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
it's definitely a work in progress.
Is
We
there
still-
anything you can anything?
No information that we can disclose
Okay.
on that part.
Wow.
I mean, it will take a long time for us to do that, so it might be
It's
I'd say
not
like
going to come out
early-
with.
early access. Yeah, it's not going to come out with the early access.
Right.
I mean, might be the release, might be before that. I can't say how long it is, and so on.
No worries, no worries. We understand. Well, guys, I just want to again express our appreciation for you taking, an hour out of your days, which I know is precious to you at this point, moving up to their early access release and answering some of our questions and everybody in the channel. And again, thanks to everyone that's a member of the BattleBit community, just for the support you guys have shown us as well. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we definitely plan to stream some gameplay as soon as we're able to, as soon as it's released.
Yeah.
Look for us to stream some stuff.
Awesome. I guess I can do a few more things before we end. If we're ending right now, I'm not sure. So,
Well, we were
I
gonna
will
ask
DM
you
you
guys
guys.
what you wanted to tell us before we ended. We're not ending right away, but
well, what I can say is I'm gonna PM you guys some good old keys, which you can distribute freely.
ooh,
Before the stream ends, just want to ask you guys a question. The stream will be public, right?
yes,
Like after it's completely done? Okay,
Mhm.
good.
Yep, as soon as YouTube can process it.
All right.
All
And-
right.
I think that's it. Yeah. So how do we?
I sent you a few keys. Those are beta keys. So the keys I've sent you will be revoked after the beta is complete. But in a few minutes or maybe an hour, I will send you a few more keys that will not be revoked, even though when the game releases. So.
Ooh, okay. Wow, that sounds really cool. Thanks, you guys. So,
Oh, one last question that I'm getting hammered on.
what's this?
Are there destructible entities in the game, such as buildings, fences, etc.? If not, are you guys considering adding them?
Maybe.
Well, guys, I can tell you one. We don't want to make full destruction, but we will be try make simple destruction like you can destroy them for change. For change battlefield gameplay change, but not everything.
Okay, so maybe you can blow a hole in the wall in one particular area,
You can destroy some
perhaps.
this and that, maybe.
Okay.
But considering the game is low poly and that destruction effects, including the how building will become after you destroy it, the rubbles and so on, will take a lot of time.
There's only going to be a select few buildings that will actually completely destroy. Not everything will be destructible.
Okay.
Like buildings like wind towers. You have dams and stuff like that. Those will be destructible as well. Have some a bunch of water flow out of there, maybe. Some stuff like that.
Awesome. That sounds really cool. I mean, any of that I think would just be a bonus, really. It's one of those games where I didn't really find myself distracted by the fact that when I shot a model, it didn't explode. I was too busy worrying about whether I was going to get shot from behind or the right side. So I think that's a testament of pretty good maps.
Yeah, and that the bottlenecks will remain bottlenecks.
Right. Well, guys,
Okay, so we have some keys.
we
got-
do.
We've got some hungry people in the chat.
Yeah, so,
So
I think what we should do, you tell me what you think, Kite. We can give away these beta keys just in the chat here to a few people. And I think then the keys that we're going to get for the release, maybe we'll put a contest link up in the description of this video. So if you guys want to come back and look for that, we'll run a little couple day contest or something and give those away. So, because those are kind of more valuable than the beta keys. Does that sound like an idea?
that sounds fine with me.
Okay.
I'm not really used to doing all this type of stuff, so don't hate us, fellas, in
Yeah.
the chat. We'll
Yeah.
figure something out. And also, this will give people an opportunity who weren't able to join us live to throw their hat into the contest, and if that's even a thing, to win some keys. But Wild, are you in possession of said beta keys?
I am here. Yes.
Okay, well, I will let
You
you.
better like and subscribe, or else you won't get a key.
You
Well,
guys.
yeah, we
We want people to like and subscribe us if they like us.
Yeah, exactly. There's no requirement to like and subscribe. I think what you guys could do is just send us some emails, and I can take a look at those and just reply back to the first. I don't know how many keys did we get here. 15-ish keys we got. I can't count them, but
Wow.
I'll just respond.
Numbers, they're hard.
Yeah. And that way they aren't getting stolen out of the chat. So
Yeah, that always stinks.
yeah.
So do you want to give people instruction?
Yeah.
Do they understand? I don't think I understood what you just said. So you want them to email us? Where's that
Yeah, let's do that.
information?
So I will post here in the chat. Email address.
So Velasquez,
Yo.
the dev videos that you and Mr. Okidoki have posted have been great. I always enjoy seeing
Okay.
people work.
Thank you.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that, but I think it's pretty great that you did.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, most people are like, I'm busy. I ain't got time to record what I'm doing.
Yeah, Oki and Velasquez are always trying to record everything they're doing.
We record ik, but we can't show to public right now. So much about.
Right. Because you don't want to show too much about the latest build.
Yeah.
Also, don't want to show some of the, the secrets.
Also, game will behave four type of reward already. You have normal reward, faster reward, and bulk action, for example.
Okay, I need some help understanding that.
Yeah, second.
Okay, I'll explain real quick. For example, you can hold the reload button to throw your mag off and just get a new mag and load it in. It will be faster, but it will cost you some bullets for like
Right.
M4 and various weapons like that. For snipers, again, you can just push a whole mag in and lose like the remaining 3 bullets in the current mag. and it will be a lot faster. But if you want to, conserve and save your bullets, you can just do a normal reload, which will take longer than the other one, but you will also keep the 3 bullets inside your current mag. And yeah, there are different animations for these two.
So throwing away your mag is a lot faster reload, and then if you want to keep the bullets in your mag, it's going to take a lot slower, like a lot longer than than usual.
Awesome.
That's great. Tactical reload.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very cool. Okay, well, I think everybody got the key email there in the chat. So you guys just email us. Like I said, we got about, 15 keys-ish or so, and we'll just respond to everyone that emailed in order and send those right back out to you.
I have a question.
Go.
Where did you post
In the
this
chat?
For the live chat?
Yeah, in the live chat.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Scroll up.
Scroll up. No.
I see, it's popping up.
Yeah.
Only people who watching stream at the moment can see email, right?
That's right. And then what we'll do for everybody else who may not be able to join in, we'll post a link in the description of this video on our channel to a contest, and we'll run that for the official keys to the full version of the game. And if we have any more of these beta keys, we'll throw them in there too. But just in case we can't give them all away to people here in the stream, which I doubt that's going to be an issue, we'll do that extra contest for the official keys and anything left over, and that'll be maybe a little bit fairer for everybody that's in here to win an official key. That sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
And hope people who watch you in live stream will behave more chance to get cake.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so if you come back and check it out later, they'll also get a chance to win some keys. So
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. This has been very informative, and I hope that everyone that is in the live chat got something new out of this. I know I got a lot of information, but thanks for your questions. And guys, thank you for your answers, and we wish you much success with what looks to be a great game, and we can't wait to play.
Yeah, same here. We're looking forward to jumping in there.
Well, thank you guys for having us as well.
Yep.
It's our pleasure. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.